you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the January 8th, 2023 Open Mic America. I'm your MC, Rich Fassler, and I'm joined tonight by Capo Dave Williams as our interviewing host and Daphne Ramil as our show engineer. Our mission at Open Mic America is to support America's local open mics, and it's our pleasure to present the more accomplished singer-songwriters who play at those events. Without gimmicks and frills and special effects pedals, this is the beating heart of American music, the tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. We have a fantastic show tonight. We've got singer-songwriters from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the cold North to the warm South. And so let me now introduce the performers for tonight's show. Tonight we have William Waltz from Raleigh, North Carolina. William, go ahead and wave. Susan Kane from Mount Kisco, New York. Grover Duffield from Grove, Oklahoma. Tony Lowe from Greensboro, North Carolina. The Hewitt Family Band from Brookhaven, Mississippi. Mark Bishop Evans from Phoenix, Arizona. Robert Edgar from Sunnyvale, California. And Carol Wise from Brunswick, Maine. You can find links to their work on our website and on this YouTube video. So tonight, we're going to start our musical journey in North Carolina with William Waltz. He enjoys playing with friends at area farmers markets, especially in Wake Forest and Cary, North Carolina. Also open mics at Compass Rose Brewing in Raleigh and Yonder Southern Cocktails in Hillsborough, as well as events at the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences and the Downtown Live Series in Chapel Hill. William, take it away.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here. This is a brand new song that I started writing on New Year's Eve, so that gives you an idea of the context and rationale. Letting go of another year. Not good, not bad, it just was. Set my sights a little farther down the highway. Keep on moving just because. I had some plans that hit the windshield. Some friends that hit the wall. I had a feeling it would be this way. Guess it happens to us all. But we might never have this chance again. We might never be this free. So the promise of the morning keeps me moving. Reckon it's all meant to be. Time to shed a little baggage. See you around, no time for tears. Best of luck in your endeavors. It ain't as bleak as it appears. I couldn't tell you where I'm going. I'll let you know when I get there. So much of life still left for knowing. I bet we'll have some songs to share. 'Cause we might never have this chance again. We might never be this free. But the promise of the morning keeps me rolling. Reckon it's just meant to be. We might never have this chance again. We might never feel this free. But the promise of the morning keeps me rolling. Reckon it's just meant to be. Yeah, the promise of a new day keeps me rolling. I believe it's all meant to be. I believe it's all meant to be.
Hey, yeah, that was
Good
great.
song.
Wow.
Right, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, fabulous line.
So do we talk now, or do I play more?
No, you go ahead and play your second song.
Okay.
Then I'll
All right.
get you over to Dave.
The first song, as I said, is the ink is still not dry on that one, and it may be a work in progress. You know, everything is subject to revision. But this is a song that I co-wrote close to 20 years ago with a friend who had bought a house out in the country, and she was really just all caught up in the birds and the crickets and the solitude, you know, the country life. So she wrote a lot of words, and I set it to music and added a few words of my own, and it's called Country Rain. I didn't move out here for chickens. I ain't gonna buy me a cow. I'm here for the crickets and honeysuckle. I'm here for the here and now. My cell phone gets lousy reception. I can't hear what people say. So write me a letter and I'll write you back. It's so much quieter that way. Don't think that I've run away from the endless noise and the streaming cars in your concrete world. It's really not that way at all. I'm here for the country rain on a gentle day, slow and sweet and bound to stay. I'm here for every reason I can say. I did not expect these tomatoes. They sorta came up on their own. But they're sweet and they're mellow, a gift from the country. They sure enough make the place feel like home. can't say I want you to visit. I kinda like being alone. The bugs in the trees, my dogs and me, we're doing all right on our own. Don't think that I've run away from the endless noise and the streaming cars in your concrete world. It's really not that way at all. I'm here for the country rain on a gentle day, slow and sweet and bound to stay. 'Cause I feel 1,000 stars burning hot and pure through the darkest night down to touch my soul. I don't know what took me so long. I'm here for the country rain on a gentle day, slow and sweet and bound to stay. I'm here for every reason I can say. Every reason I can say.
That was sweet. That
Very
was
nice.
sweet. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Really good, man.
I remembered most of the chords.
99%. That's all we asked for.
Yeah, it's yeah,
All right,
close
William.
enough.
Let me pass you on to Dave now, and
Hey, Dave.
we'll learn a little bit more about you and your music.
Wonderful songs, William. So well played, well sung, amazing. Just wonderful, wonderful. And that guitar, I'd give you $100 for that guitar, by the way.
We'll talk.
Pretty. I've got to ask. Hearing you play, I always ask where did this guy's music come from? How did this guy get to the point where he could play like this or be able to compose music like this? So I need to ask you, when you were a youngster, what was the first thing you heard that knocked you out? That just,
Oh,
grabbed you?
honestly, it was probably something on Captain Kangaroo. I mean,
Just
it's
some
hard.
little
It's
tune
hard
or
for me to
something?
answer questions like that. But yeah, the Beatles on Ed Sullivan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm of that age. I think most of us are. So I was really knocked out by the Beatles, also the Byrds. But I grew up in a little town here in North Carolina where there were two radio stations, both AM, and one played top 40 and the other played country. So I grew up hearing a whole lot of Buck Owens and George Jones and Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn, and all of that is just kind of mixed in there together. And my mother was a piano teacher and a choir director, so, she was sitting down at the piano to play Chopin and Debussy, that kind of thing. So there's a little bit of everything in there.
How old were you when you picked up a guitar?
I was probably about 14, I guess. My brother was 2 years older, so he got a head start on me. But probably about 14, and I've played ever since. I've had some periods where I put it down and didn't touch it for a while. But when I was in my 40s, I went back to school and got a degree in music from North Carolina Central University here in Durham, North Carolina. Got a jazz degree. And it's kind of funny because I don't really play jazz, but learned a lot about theory and chords and song structure. And, like I say, it's kind of a mishmash of everything. So, been messing around with it for a long time.
Well, as you tell your story, it makes perfect sense that you would arrive at a point where you could actually compose and execute songs these are spellbinding songs in my view.
Wow, thank you.
Wonderful songs, honestly.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you'll be able to play here again with us.
Dave, I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope to be back soon. Thank you.
Okay. Rich, what's going on?
All right. Well, thanks. Well, I tell you, I can definitely hear the jazz influence in the songs, especially that last one. Sounds great. Okay, we are going to head up north now to Mount Kisco, New York, and we're going to hear from Susan Kane. Susan likes to play at Music Makers Open Mic in Peekskill, New York. So, Susan, you're on.
Okay, glad to be here. This first song I'm going to do is from my last CD, which is getting pretty old now. Anyway, it's called. It's my ode to being lazy and a procrastinator. It's called "Slip-On Shoes." I'm the kind that likes it nice and easy. I'd rather take the short way than the long. Some might say that I'm lazy. I believe they might not be wrong. I burn my mouth on apple pie and pizza. My license has more points than my IQ. Meditation might cure my impatience if I could only sit one session through. And that's why I love slip-on shoes. I don't want no buckles, no zippers, no ties. They slow you down and you know how time flies. Shoelaces unravel and they interrupt your travel. Just give me slip-on shoes. Give me slip-on shoes. Mise en place, what the hell is that? A stitch in time saves 9. Measure twice, cut once. I never understood that nursery rhyme. Someday all my running's gonna catch up with me as I cut my very last corner. Slow down, smell the coffee, smell the roses, but running, it surely keeps a body warmer. And that's why I just love those slip-on shoes. I don't want no buckles, no zippers, no ties. They slow you down and you know how time flies. Shoelaces unravel and they interrupt your travel. Just give me slip-on shoes. Give me slip-on shoes. Just give me those slip-on shoes. Or speed laces, or boots, or Crocs. That's what I wear now. Slip-on shoes.
Yeah.
Wonderful, Susan.
I have very few funny.
So honest.
So now this is a new one. I haven't recorded it yet. Hopefully that will happen this year. And I participated in a songwriting workshop sort of at the beginning of COVID, and they would give you a prompt every week. And I actually don't remember what the prompt for this was, but I got a song out of it. So I guess that's all that matters. So you'll figure out what it's about. Oh, I got it. And a capo. Okay, here we go. I can tell you that I always was a good girl. The farm could always count on me. They got my eggs and took away my babies. I never knew another way to be. Some of my sisters fell to foxes, wayward dogs or feral cats. Being locked up always made me feel safe. Now I know I'm cooped up in a trap. Still I long to feel the sun on my body. And as my life begins to wane, if I can't fly, I guess I'll get there walking. Today's the day I step into the lane. Here I am just standing on the roadside. The black top, it beckons to me. I don't know what's waiting on the far side. It's enough to see what I will see. You may ask why I crossed the road. It might not make much sense to you. I had to make this journey on my own. I have nothing left to lose. I have nothing left to lose. I have not got a thing to lose.
Wow. Very nice.
Wow, right. Wow.
Right. All right. Very nice. Let me pass you over to Dave now.
Wonderful, Susan.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful.
Thanks so much.
Heartfelt songs. And the first song, I could hear horns and a bass. The second song wouldn't change a single thing.
A little fiddle, maybe.
Just beautiful, beautiful works.
Thank you.
Everything about them.
Thank you.
What's going on in your life right now? Do you have any projects going on, or are you playing out, or what? Talk to us.
Well, yeah, I actually did my first sort of indoor in real life show just before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And this summer I played a farmer's market and a couple of other things. But since COVID, not a whole lot. So, but I hope to start recording again this year. And so I have one thing that I have.
What was it like playing at the farmers market? I mean, I've been to farmers markets and I've heard people that sat and played in public. I never heard anybody like you.
Well, this farmer they get really great performers, and
I think
it's a good gig. They have their own PA, which is really nice.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
this is pretty
Yeah.
nice situation. Well,
Yeah.
I'll bet those are some lucky people when they
Yeah.
sat down and
But
listened
I
to
will
you.
but I will tell you, doing a 2-hour show
Oh,
after
boy.
not having done one for a long time, I was totally
Beat.
exhausted at the end.
I
Yeah.
could see it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was good to get back out there. So.
Wow. Any recording projects going on right now?
Well, yeah, I actually on my last well, I have only 4 CDs, but 3 of them I have some Grateful Dead covers, which is something I really love doing, and I had sort of toyed with the idea of doing a whole album of them. So I'm starting to work on one very soon. So
Good idea.
yeah,
Good idea. Yeah. Excellent. Listen, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks. Well, I share a similar background. Oh, are we done?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Go
My
ahead.
mother was also a piano teacher, She just died this year in October, but so she tried to teach me piano, and I learned a little sort of 5 easy pieces and how to read music, and kind of strayed from that, and got involved with guitar and acoustic music as a little kid. Took it from there.
How long have you been playing the guitar? I mean,
I'm kind of self-taught, and I'm just a strummer. But I remember, when the Beatles came out, I think for one Christmas we got this 4-string plastic guitar. It was not a ukulele; it was like a 4-string guitar, I guess. And it had a little chord chart, and my brother and I, we taught ourselves how to play. And then we graduated to a real guitar, which my family bought with S&H green stamps. Remember those?
Oh, God bless them.
Yep. It was a classical guitar, so nylon strings and a very wide neck, which was hard for a young kid to play on. And so, I got involved in 7th grade. I had a folk trio with 2 other girls. Yeah.
You play in the assembly, the school assembly,
Yep.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Come running out on the stage, and you had the outfit on, the white duck pants and the penny loafers and all that stuff.
But I only started writing songs sort of around the turn of this century. So.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Really, really great songs.
Thank you. Took a long time to process my influences.
Well, you don't really look that old, honestly. So you can't fall back on in the old days I did this. I look at you, and she doesn't know anything about old days yet. No, not yet. Like some of us present. Anyway, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here. It's wonderful to be with musicians from all over the country. It's really great concept you're running here.
Well, tell your friends, and your friends who are capable musicians, send them our way.
I will do that.
That'll be great. Okay. Thanks again, Susan. Okay, back over to you, Rich.
My pleasure.
Okay, thank you. Boy, Dave, you must be really old. But listen, let me just say this, Susan. You must have been 2 years old when you're using S&H. Was it the S&H green stamps? I mean, good God, that's like in the prehistoric age. I remember that. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on now so we're going to go from New York all the way over across the country to Oklahoma for Grover Duffield. Grover plays a whole bunch of virtual open mics. He can be seen all over the internet. He plays on Growler, Rob's Open Mic, Hambone's Open Mic, South Bay Folks, Influence Music Hall, and Soul Motif. So Grover, you're up, man. Take it away.
Well, I have to follow those two. Damn. Darn, I meant. She enters and glides across the room, sits in the chair, and she stares at the gloom. Everywhere she looks, all she sees is gray. She knew it was coming. She dreaded the day. Looking back over the last 65 years, thinking of all of the laughter and the tears of the very first time Daddy took her hand, how shoulder to shoulder they made their stand. Hiking the mountains way out west, down in the swamp, water to the chest. So many travel stories left untold, all in their search for silver and gold. As the years went by, they slowed down, got a little place right outside of town, raised a child, and they made her a home, and never again did they roam. Years flew by, his memories grew. The child grew up and had children too. Now the family they've all gathered here. She smiles, she hugs, and she fights back a tear. She sits in the pew and the preacher begins. She doesn't hear a word, she just thinks of him. How the very first time that he took her hand, shoulder to shoulder they made their stand. Back to the time when he first took her hand. Back to the time when he first took her hand. Back to the time that he took her hand, and shoulder to shoulder they made their stand.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Beautiful song.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you very much. I've been a church choir director a few times over my history. Excuse my language. Yes, most of you don't know. I'm trying to get on a lung transplant list right now. They don't work very well. So I kind of have to span myself and feed a little oxygen, and I really wanted to go back to the beginning, to some of my early stuff tonight. My early stuff is less than 2 years ago, so oh, I love this song. This is a great song. It's probably my favorite, of the ones I've written. drift off to sleep. To my surprise, in the sky so bright and blue, first comes clouds, then in comes you. In my dreams, you walk through the sky, floating on air as you fly. Your chiffon robes flow all around. While I watch you, you never touch ground. I only hope that there's nothing I miss. It's only in my dreams that you exist. Only hope that there's nothing I missed. Fleeting glimpses of you I see, take me where I long to be, dancing with you among the clouds, way up high above the crowds. You hold me tight within your arms, swirling and twirling, feeling your charms. I look in your eyes, get lost in your sight. Then comes the sun, the morning light, and with it you're gone. The end of the night. I only hope that there's nothing I missed. It's only in my dreams that you exist. I only hope that there's nothing I missed. I only hope that there's nothing I missed. It's only in my dreams that you exist. There's nothing I miss. I only hope that there's nothing I miss.
Wow.
Extraordinary.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Wow.
It's wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you all very much.
All right, let me send you over to Dave now.
Grover, I've never heard you sing or play better. Honest to God, that
Well, you know, they're making me walk
you
the
are
street.
singing and playing stronger than I've ever heard you do before. Particularly that first song was really, really, really something. I'm familiar with the second song as well. I know you got all the health challenges, and that's been going on like and you just you're still here.
I keep plugging along. I'm hoping to get new lungs. I really
How's that
am.
going?
Now I have to have a left and right heart cath.
Okay, got to jump through the hoops.
Got to jump. I'm still jumping through hoops, and of course they're the VA, so the hoops have gaps in there. And then COVID, you know, people are scared to death. Well, it's the government. We all deal with the government,
Right.
but it's going all right. They take good care of me. Don't let me make any statements like they don't. But yeah, I've got some new material I'm working on.
Yeah.
I have this little guitar that I ordered a pickup for. It's just going to sit in the sound hole and drop out the side so I can start playing it more on stage.
Yeah.
It's hard to mic the little giraffe and get the right sound out of it.
Uh-oh. Putting the plug in for that little
Yeah, that little guitar you made, yeah.
guitar.
Get a plug in for it.
Well, they're no more little giraffes. Now they're little gypsies.
Well, we can change the name of it. You never
So
did
that we,
put anything
well,
as
of
far
course,
as
that
trademark.
one does have the long neck, so
It does have the long neck.
it's kind of an honorary title at this point. But I'm on number 10 right now. I'm building number 10.
I'm treating it like a Telecaster. An
Well, that's the way
acoustic
it plays.
Telecaster. That's how it plays exactly, but it needs a pickup. And it needs to be the right pickup for the right sound.
There's some lipstick. I'll try to find what it was. The one Luthier said had and I'll send it to you.
Thanks, Dave.
So anyway, so you're, but what I'm seeing is you're holding your own right now. You had some bad episodes, but you seem pretty strong right now. And if you can keep jumping through those hoops,
Well, it's just my energy now comes in short time spurts.
yeah.
But I don't feel any different. There has been a progression in the disease, but not near what was expected. This new drug I'm taking, it's kind of expensive. It's like 12 grand a month.
Wow.
But, you know, I'm 10 years past my original diagnosis, so I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. It's allowing me time ever since my mom, rest her soul, this last week was her birthday. Ever since she passed, I could grow my hair out. And I got a good start in that coma. You know, that was 15 days.
You couldn't do that while she was alive.
Oh, no.
It'd have killed her.
Oh, it would have. I came home one time with my hair just barely touching my shoulders. My grandmother was in the hospital, and my mother stopped me before I went in the room, and she said, "You make sure you tell her who you are. I don't want her thinking Jesus has come to visit." Yeah, but I had a very musical family, just like the previous guests. I did go to college to get a music degree. I tried teaching school. That wasn't for me. I went ahead and I had some really, really good day jobs that enabled me to play at night and enabled me to live at the lifestyle I had grown accustomed to. So it was fun. And I'm still having fun. As young Mr. Fassler over there said, I am playing across the country.
Across
Jerusalem.
the globe.
Yes, Jerusalem was Sunday morning, this morning.
Yeah.
It is Sunday. It was actually midday for me, but my music's well accepted. I'm lining up people to do my songs when I can no longer do them.
Wonderful.
I'm thinking of all this because you know that whole they do a lung transplant. They're probably not going to let me sing for a while. You know, those lungs got to get grafted on and healed up before I inflate those sons of guns.
Probably be a year or so
Before I can do anything other than think, because I write these songs in my head and I hear all these melodies. I hear these songs with all sorts of full orchestration and accompaniments and everything.
Little keyboard.
I've got one. I just don't have room in here right now for it.
But if you couldn't play the guitar, you know.
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that when they cut your chest open. Ooh.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
I'm going to let you guys get on
note.
to a great show. I appreciate Mr. Waltz's music was awesome. And Miss Kane rocked the house. Yes, she did with that first song. And I know what's coming up, so it's going to be fun. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Grover. See you next time. Rich?
All right. Well, Grover, like I said, man, you are everywhere. Keep on playing. And hey, and who knows that after you have your lung transplant, and you can't sing. You'll probably be writing all these instrumentals, and so you'll be popping on virtual open mics, doing instrumentals, buddy. All right, we are gonna move now back to the East Coast, back to North Carolina, to Greensboro, North Carolina, for Tony Lowe. And Tony appears at the Hatchet Brewing Company in Southern Pines and the Starworks Cafe and Tap Room in Star, North Carolina on February 4th and 11th, respectively. And he's also going to be at the Brown Truck Brewery. Always fun to play in breweries and wineries. Brown Truck Brewery in High Point, North Carolina on Friday, March 3rd. So, Tony, take it away.
Oh, hey. It's good to be back on the show again. I think I was back in November maybe. Anyway, I thank everybody for playing. Grover, I really enjoyed your songs. Susie, you too. I'm actually from New York originally. I grew up in Mamaroneck, and I know where Mount Kisco is. So it's good to sort of hear a fellow New Yorker. Although I've been in North Carolina since 2003. I'm going to start out, I'm going to do two new ones for you tonight. This first one is called Candies of Yesteryear. Candies of yesteryear, sweet back in the day, and though we never had our fill, are bitter and stale today. How does it feel when you run so far inside of yourself that you can't even see the light of day? You're just looking to hide from the crowd that waits outside, and you don't even care whom you betray. Candies of yesteryear, sweet back in the day, and though we never had our fill, are bitter and stale today. Sweet candy colors in a bowl so far away, just turn around and then they're gone. Little W's stand for I wonder what you're doing, and can you find the words to make me stay? I don't believe you, I don't believe you anymore. I can't believe you, I can't believe you anymore. Candies of yesteryear, sweet back in the day, and though we never had our fill, are bitter and stale today. Now had you hung around, there'd be no stories left untold. Every week would have been a holiday. Now there seems to be too much water under that bridge, and your tracks just gradually fade away. Oh, candies of yesteryear, sweet back in the day, and though we never had our fill, are bitter and stale today. Bitter and stale today.
Yeah.
Great tune.
Thank you. I got to change guitars because this one's an open D. And this is actually my newest song I'm going to do. It's called Glass Palace in the Sun, and I got to put my glasses on because I haven't quite memorized the lyrics to my memory. So so this is my newest one. This is called Glass Palace in the Sun. Below the hill, the cove was still, like a whisper waiting to be heard. Oceanside was so dignified, should have been the eighth wonder of the world. The saltwater bass, they were such a gas, but they can't keep the pipes from rusting out. Over and over it had different owners till the flames came and finally burned it down. It's calling from the past, I've been here before. And what I learned at last is that we find our place in the sun. Hear the oceans roar through the cavern's door, see the steps leading down into the murk. Glass like jewels, this was once a pool, now a shell sinking back into the earth. You know it's calling me from the past, yes, I've been here before. And what I learned at last is that we find our place in the sun. See a glass palace shining in the sun. Oh, see a glass palace shining in the sun. Oh, see a glass palace shining, just shining in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice one, Tony. Nice one.
Thank you, thank you. I like that one. That one has gone through a lot of little tweaks here and there with just a lyric here and there, and just arrangement wise, with the orchestration, which is right now just my guitar, but I may be recording that real soon.
Cool. Yeah, no, great tune. Let me pass you over to Dave. We can learn a little bit more about your music and a little bit more about you.
Tony, those are interesting and hard driving songs. I'd be curious to know what was the kind of music you were listening to as a youngster that kind of led you in the direction you went. I'd really like.
Well,
to
I mean, it's not that much different than what other people have listed. It's funny. I remember the Beatles too when they first got here, and I was a little kid, but I really didn't like them that much. And it's not that I didn't like their music, but I just hated all the girls screaming. I just thought it was really stupid. So I kind of like the Beach Boys. I gravitated towards the Beach Boys music first. I have an older brother, and he, I have to say, he turned me on to a lot of great music growing up, and so yeah, the Beach Boys, and I like the Kinks and the Who, and then I warmed up to the Beatles a little bit later, and but also I like a lot of things, but I guess growing up it was that kind of music, a lot of classical. My grandmother was a professional opera singer, so there was always a lot of music around my house.
Yeah.
And I started playing music at a very early age. Not the guitar, though. Actually, the trombone. When I was
Trombone.
when I was yeah yeah I was sort of like a band geek when I was a kid through high school, and then I went to college actually here in North Carolina at UNC Chapel Hill. Go Heels! And I got interested actually in playing, going from the trombone to playing bass. So I actually learned bass guitar before I knew how to play guitar. So that's why I'm such a lousy guitar player, because I'm really sort of like a converted bass player.
I'll be darned. Well, really enjoyed your song. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to play here again.
Okay, back over to Rich.
All right. Yeah. Very
And
good.
Carol has joined us. Rich, yeah. Now, I recall now, Daphne, we were all in anguish about where's Carol. And now I remember she had said, and we talked about that she might arrive late. So all is well. So we're just going to continue with the lineup. And then
We are.
we'll sound check Carol at the end and she'll play. Okay,
That's
good.
right. Carol, we've got 1, 2, 3 performers before you, just to give you an idea where you are. Okay. Well, we are heading down south. We are heading down south to Brookhaven, Mississippi, for none other than the Hewitt Family Band. And they play a lot of places, but they play in local singer-songwriter groups and also in church concerts as well. So,
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
so Charlie and Libby, take it away. Let's hear what you got.
The sound.
Libby put our sign back here. I hope it didn't catch on fire. It's right next to the.
Oh yeah, no, it looks great. And in
Yes.
case you're a little loud, I'll warn. Dave wants me to warn people out in the viewing audience that they may have to turn their audio down a little bit.
We'll try to read low. Libby's going to tell you about this first song.
Well, I understand it's Elvis' birthday, so this is our tribute.
88. He'd have been 88 years old, and you want to feel old. Lord.
Yeah. So the lady that does our hair has her salon decorated. The walls are completely covered in pictures of Elvis and Jesus and Marilyn Monroe, which sounds like they would not go together, but you'd be surprised how it works. So anyway, we spend a good deal of time out there because she's a personal friend also. So Charlie finally wrote this song. And that's the name of it, Jesus, Elvis, and Marilyn Monroe.
She was a small town girl. She grew up in her small town world. She could not stay still. She was always on the go. She loved Jesus, Elvis, and Marilyn Monroe. She had a great big smile, and her blonde hair shone like gold. She had Hollywood, Nashville, and the Bible fighting for her soul. Her skirts were too short. She didn't want her mama to know that everything started and ended with Marilyn Monroe. She tried to walk both sides of the street, sometimes naughty, sometimes sweet, wearing sandals and beads and an old poncho like Jesus, Elvis, and Marilyn Monroe. She knew all the words to the hits of the day and sang them like she was sanctified. people would stop and look and stare, but she didn't mind. She didn't care. She was alive. Music made her feel alive. But she grew up. She had children of her own. Found out her mama wasn't always wrong, and all those dreams are still in her mind. She never ever really left them behind. No, no, no. Well, now sometimes when the stars come out and the moon begins to shine, she stands there in her own backyard singing California Dreaming one more time. California dreaming on such a winter's day. She tried to walk both sides of the street, sometimes naughty and sometimes sweet, wearing sandals and beads and an old poncho like Jesus, Elvis, and Marilyn Monroe. She tried to walk both sides of the street, sometimes naughty and sometimes sweet, wearing sandals and beads and an old poncho like Jesus, Elvis, and Marilyn Monroe. Like Jesus, Elvis, and Marilyn Monroe. Oh, Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe.
Hey, that was a cool song. Man.
That was great lyrics.
Yeah, wonderful.
Novelty song.
So get your hair cut there. You know.
I don't have enough hair to cut there.
I don't either. I just let it go. That was a pretty old one, 10, 15 years from me. But this is one that was just done this year.
This week.
I have a friend from Macomb, Mississippi, about 20 miles south of here. I think I've told you all about him. His name's Jeff Huffman Jr., and he sends me lyrics, and I put tunes to him. He lets me change a little bit, and if I want to. This one was pretty much intact, and it's about a girl named Maria, so I couldn't call it Maria. We had a song called Maria for West Side Story. Oh Maria, My Maria. There's a song called that, Oh My Maria, so it's called Oh My Maria. And so it goes a little something like this. 2, 3, 4. I hear her voice, I call her name. This darkened room of hurt and pain, where the ghosts all still remain forever. I didn't listen, she talked to me. There was no harmony, like we never tried to be together. Oh Maria, oh my Maria, oh Maria, be my Maria. She disappeared before my eyes. No time to speak, no time to cry, no farewell note or last goodbye revealing. I wandered through the memories of lost respect and third degrees, times of love and sad neglect concealing. Oh Maria, oh my Maria, oh Maria, be my Maria. She came in, sat by my side. There were things we tried to hide, but nobody blinked. It was so confusing. There's got to be a better day. There's got to be a better way. When we sat there and wound up so tightly. Oh Maria, oh my Maria, be my Maria. Now she's gone, I'm lay alone, walking through a vast unknown. Love affair has been postponed completely. She vanished like a puff of smoke, one last token, so remote. No bleeding hearts, just silence so extremely. Oh my Maria. Oh Maria, be my Maria. Oh Maria, be my Maria. Oh my Maria.
Wonderful.
That's a great tune.
Really sounded beautiful.
Yeah,
They did
really
a good
did.
job on that. They did a good job.
Yeah.
There's some new people there. She'll show you what she's playing here. Everybody's curious
Anybody
about
that
that.
hasn't seen this,
It's an electric.
this is a Q chord. It's an electronic auto harp. It has lots of bells and whistles I don't know how to use, but it,
No, it sounds great.
It makes my stuff sound a lot better. I know that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, before I pass you over to Dave, I just wanted to comment on that cool looking t-shirt you have, Charlie. I
sweet.
must tell you, it's very, very cool.
Yeah, you got one, do you? Yeah.
That's right. Everybody ought to get one.
It's
Everybody
nice and
viewing.
thick.
Yeah.
Nice and thick. Good
Open Mic
t-shirt.
America. It's good quality too.
Great
Yeah.
quality.
Visit the website, people. You can get your own. Okay, let me pass you over to Dave. Take it away.
We'll take Dave. Dave made the mistake of letting us friend him on Facebook, so I'm afraid I'm loading him down with songs every once in a while. I'm trying not to, but I'm hoping he might appreciate it.
Charlie and Libby, your music is it's just
Oh, your girlfriend.
enchanting. It's enchanting
Okay.
the way you two
I
work
like that.
together, the contrast, the harmonies and the instruments, so tasty, everything just beautiful, and it's just lovely what you do. It really is.
well, that's the finished product, and that's our ideal, goal. But the road from
Well,
being
sure.
in his mind to the performance is not a pretty sight.
It's like making sausage.
Sure. Is that the song that you just played? Is that a new one?
Yeah.
This week, yeah, he just finished it yesterday.
I tried to
I
do.
don't know, I don't know how you do it. Honest to God, I don't.
Yes, you do. You go. I sit in the chair every morning from about 5 o'clock, and I look out my door and out my window and watch the sun come up, and just let my mind go back. And I've got relationships, and I just plug into them, and I can just come up. Something always comes up.
But these melodies that you come up with the words,
Well, all I can do. I can't. I'm a bust at everything else.
I'm in awe. And Libby, your sweet singing with Charlie and your tasty playing, it's the icing on top of the icing on top of the cake. It's
Well,
just-
thank you. We've had to try to figure out a way to make it work because we have, what does it say, artistic differences.
Well,
So we have to find some common ground. I just want to say one little thing because we both have varied musical interests. And this week I had an unusual experience in that I attended a performance of classical guitar. A gentleman came from Meridian and played 45 minutes classical guitar, everything from things that were written in 1500. There was the Bach Ave Maria that's been, rearranged, Malaguena, just up to Paganini. It was amazing.
Didn't sing a word the whole
No,
time.
that's right. It was all guitar. There were no
I wasn't
words.
there. I didn't.
But it was, we both love music, and our lives would not be worth living without music.
Well, Pizza.
Well, not yeah, but there's
Yeah,
pizza.
gotta have something. I like Roy Clark's Malaguena. He says, I'm going to do a song for y'all called Malaguena, and that's spelled M-A-L-A Guenia.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
then
have
he
you
played
guys have you guys been playing out at all lately?
churches.
Yeah, to church. We're mostly doing Zoom things because we belong to 3 other singer-songwriter.
Grover could
Thanks.
fix us up
Yeah.
with one out of Dallas. We played
That's right.
there. He fixed us up with one. This is the best I've ever heard him play, Grover. You mentioned it, but it is.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, it was great.
He was strong. It was
Yeah.
Great. First
confident.
song
It was
especially.
great. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Really good. It's been a really good night for good singers and writers.
And we have talked some of our friends into listening in tonight, so I'm glad tonight was a good night.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we
Trying
do
to-
have everything is recorded, and every songwriter has their own web page on OMA where you can go to the shows that they're on with all the people they're on with. So the
That's
shows
a
are
wonderful
saved.
ability. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, thanks again, and thanks for jumping in when we needed you. Parachuted in, both of you.
Listen,
We
anytime.
needed
Anytime.
help to defend the hill here. Okay,
Listen,
back to Rich.
All right, we are heading back out west. We're going to go to Phoenix, Arizona to listen to Mark Bishop Evans. Mark is one of the luckiest guys. He lives out in Phoenix, and they have the best. I challenge anybody to come up with a better place for a virtual open mic than the Tempe Center for the Arts. I mean, I've seen pictures. We're friends on Facebook, and well, I'd kill to play in a place as beautiful as that.
It's beyond words. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And then you also do the Arizona Live Music Cooperative
Yeah.
with Glenn and Cowboy.
Cowboy
right?
Rex. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know those people. Yeah.
Oh, please. Hey, they're as famous as you are.
Well, more so, I'd say.
Well, you're right up there with them. Anyway, play a couple of tunes for us.
All right. Thank you, Rich. This is a song off the newest CD that is it's finished recording, and I'm doing the photo shoot next week for the cover, and so with a little luck, it might be out by the end of January, but who knows, or February. Yeah, who cares? I'm retired. I can do that. So Who knows why men prophesy and then deny what they imply? They magnify what underlies the need to justify. Pedigrees aren't guarantees for living free of life's debris. The destiny of refugees begins as fantasy. At end of day, as visions fade, in sad display of what we've made, the slow decay that overlays corruption's underway. Within this place, the egos race in frantic pace to win their place. In every case, this fate they face, how not to be erased. Can any know what mysteries show from wild seeds sown on hot plateaus? Things that grow in rigid rows will fall like dominoes. We often find that peace of mind is so entwined with being blind that to unwind the ties that bind will leave you more confined. And when the song is somehow wrong, you find the throng won't sing along. Pretending strong will just prolong your agonies, drag on. Can any know what mysteries show from wild seeds sown on high plateaus? Things that grow in rigid rows will fall like dominoes. Like every plan, yet small or grand, is made to stand the frying pan. The wisdom ran like grains of sand, untethered through your hands. And the breath of life is cold as ice. When painted nice, it will entice and bring you twice the going price, or cut you like a knife. Can any know what mysteries show from wild seeds sown on high plateaus? Things that grow in rigid rows will fall like dominoes. Can any know what mysteries show from wild seeds sown on high plateaus? Things that grow in rigid rows will fall like dominoes. They fall like dominoes. Fall like dominoes.
Yeah, wow.
That was called Dominoes.
Great job, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you. This next song is off of the CD that I released in December. CD was called No Guarantees. Was called, well, maybe was, who knows, it was December. No Guarantees. It was a collection of songs about love, good, bad, ugly, love. The CD that's coming out next month is a song about justice, all kinds of justice or the lack thereof. But this one is called My Heart. Once the clouds have blown away and the sun appears to shine, I might find the words to say what's truly on my mind. It seemed to me so very clear, a change of life was drawing near, and with it came the fear for my heart. You see, I've often been betrayed, and it nearly takes my all. It leaves me torn and frayed at the bottom of the fall. I've often been the fool, so I've learned to play it cool. It's the first and only rule for my heart. Through all the joy and laughter, the sorrow and the tears, when thinking of it after seemed too much to fill my years. I know I've had my share of tenderness and care, for the memories are there in my heart. So that's the life I've known, and that's why I will stay with all these friends I know, and laugh and cry and play. I'm finally alone, my life is all my own, and it feels like coming home to my heart.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Beautiful, Mark.
Great
Thank
song,
you.
Mark. Great
Thank
song.
you.
All right. Let me pass you on over to Dave.
Wonderful songs, Mark. My
Thank you,
goodness.
Dave.
My goodness. That first song, it was like, is this a Salvador Dali song? It's like a surreal landscape unfolding. It was really a crazy. I have no idea how you come up with something like that.
Well, you know, something interesting about that first song, if you read the lyrics, you'll find there's 7 rhymes in every line.
It's wild. It's a landscape. It's a madcap landscape unfolding. Just things crumbling and deconstructing and stuff. It's yeah, crazy. And of course, My Heart. I've heard that. It's a wonderful song. And congratulations, got a new item coming out, huh?
Yeah, yeah, and I actually recorded 15 songs for it, but then I cut it back to 11. Even I thought it was too long. It's my songs, and you sit and listen. Is this ever going to end? I mean, you can have too much of a good thing. And so I cut it back to 11 and, save 4. I got 4 in the can for the next CD. So, and a bunch of them to record yet. So,
Well, the quality of stuff that you're producing, and honestly, these recordings that you're making on Open Mic America, you're like the champion of all of sound on Open Mic America. Your
Thank you.
sound quality is like it's just like a studio and good visuals and everything. And somewhere in my heart, I'm thinking someday people are going to prefer seeing DVDs of people performing songs live.
right.
Wouldn't that be a lot nicer than just?
That would be nice. Yeah. I'd go for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
sort of
who
like
doesn't like to see somebody play?
buy something that, I mean, YouTube's doing that, but, maybe you could buy it and take it home,
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Anyway. Well, what a pleasure to have you on the show, boy. What great songs. I'm going to listen to that first song again. That twisted my wig a little bit. I have to.
Okay. I appreciate that, Dave. I appreciate you and what you're doing here. This is fantastic, and I really love it, and I appreciate you giving me some time. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Mark. Thanks so much. And you've helped us, brought us new people, and just brought another one, and that's wonderful. So again, thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Mark. We are now heading out a little farther out west. We're going up to the San Francisco Bay Area, Sunnyvale, California, to hear Robert Edgar. Robert says he hasn't been performing much recently, but you can listen to his music at robertedgar.bandcamp.com, and he's also been streaming some tunes from his home as well. So, Robert, take it away.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I've been working on some music that uses different pieces of equipment. It's hard to carry it around, so while I'm working on them, I'm doing them here. But here's a song that travels very easily. This is one called "When You Go." How do you want to go when you go, when you go? How do you want to go when you go, when you go? In a rain of fire, in a rain of gold, in a car that you buy, a kiss you were sold. How do you want to go when you go? Where do you want to go when you go, when you go? Where do you want to go when you go, when you go? To a desert, to a tree, to a cloud in the sky, to a river, to a star, to a tear in an eye. Where do you want to go when you go? Why do you want to go when you go, when you go? Why do you want to go when you go? 'Cause you're old, 'cause you're mad, 'cause you're cold and alone, 'cause you're broke, 'cause you're rich, 'cause you're looking for a home. Why do you want to go when you go? Well, there's door number 1 and there's doors 2 and 3. You gotta reach down in your pocket, hope you find the right key. When do you want to go, when you go, when you go? When do you want to go, when you go, when you go? Well, the train comes at 5, plane leaves at 10, this bus never comes. Want to wait till then? When do you want to go when you go? When do you want to go when you go?
Wow.
Great.
Great
Song.
song.
Yeah. I've never heard that. This is the best. I love it.
Singing harmonies to it.
Excellent. Well, you don't have to go alone, I guess, although that sometimes sounds like a threat. So here's a song that I'm singing out. I had a very pretty kind of newer song, but with things going as they have, I decided that I felt more like doing this one. This is a song called "The Congressman's Lament." I barely see the door I came in. Can't understand this compromise. My secrets all have all gone viral. All I can do is rub my eyes. How many ears have heard our stammers? How many nightmares do we dream? How many throats release their breathing into this vacuum in between? I will forget you, though I'm desperate to reveal these fitful shadows that surround us. Christ, we all seem so unreal. The kid who spoke to me so quietly, he'll raise the stakes, I heard him say. Though he professes worldly wisdom, he seems provincial all the way. And I will forget you, though now this day is casting rime. It's not your truth that I am after, and all your words just waste our time. Where is the soldier who carries me to safety? Which is the mirror that proves I just? Where is the thief who leeches on my pain? Who is the lover to sanction all my lies? Where is the patriot to die for me? Bubbles escaping from a diving bell, my thoughts emerging incomplete. You feel the trembling of our bodies. I blame our pain upon the weak. I will forget you. Yeah, though we hold our hands today, Bruegel's blind trudge on in spirals, and those who stumble sink away.
Wow. Complicated song.
My goodness.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Thanks, Robert. Let me pass you over to Dave. We'll learn a little bit more about you and that song.
I have to say, Robert, it's pretty scary asking you about your music when what you're playing is so far above my pay grade.
Mine too. That's the secret.
The
Play with
secret
people
sauce.
better than you and play above your pay grade. I think that's right.
Well, talk a little bit about how you got to be the player that you are. Some of the influences that we might have talked about this before, but I think people like to hear that kind of thing.
Okay, sure. First of all, I learned from my now brother-in-law back when I was about 12, and he was from a family from the East Coast that had fiddle and folk music going back generations, and his dad would get together with folks and fiddle and banjo and guitar and sing old folk songs, from that went back a long ways, old Americana stuff, and so he taught me how to play and fingerpick and whatnot, which was nice. And then I played in a rock band all through junior high and high school, And then I got to college and I played on and composed on a Moog synthesizer for 5 years, composing mainly with razor blades and splicing tape. So I set the guitar aside for a while and then came back to it later. And especially when MIDI guitars came out, I started playing because that kind of allowed me to bring together both the electronic side and the guitar side. And so that's a lot. And I played with a lot of good people. I played for 10 years with some South Indian folks. I probably mentioned that. So that had an effect on my approach both to composition and to scales and to soloing and things like that. So that was kind of a unique range of jumping from one thing to another. So that's kind of the answer there.
Thanks for sharing that, because, you know, as a solo performer, you are putting out, your performance is very dynamic, very strong. The material's very strong. You're executing, you know, that there's contrast, all sorts of things. It's a whole landscape. It's a little opera going on. It's really, really very exciting. I think everybody sees that in what you play.
A lot of that, I would say, came from open mics. We had an open mic in Mountain View, California, for about a decade, and there were wonderful musicians there, and we played. And my feeling was that I didn't want to. First of all, I didn't want to do many covers because it's harder it's easy if you have all of the music in the world to choose from to have a pretty good song. It's harder if you have to do your own, but I didn't want to do the same thing all the time. So I tried to have a new song every week. And then to play it in a live audience, you can get feedback immediately. So I think for me, open mic, specifically that one was really helpful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's why we're here. We love the open mic community. Okay, thanks again, Robert, and see you next time. Back to you, Rich.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we are at the final performance tonight, and we're heading back to the East Coast. We're going back to Brunswick, Maine, and we're going to listen to a wonderful performer, Carol Wise. And she wanted to give a shout out to Rob's open mic in Baltimore, Maryland. So, Carol, take us away.
How is everybody?
Fine, Carol.
Great.
We're going to do a quick sound check for
Okay,
you.
absolutely.
So let's go ahead and get your levels fixed up here. Well, your guitar sounds good. Would you
Okay.
sing a little bit with it, please?
All right. La 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 la. La 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 la.
I think the balance is good. The volume may be a little bit hot, but I've been turning my volume up and down. Do other folks agree with me? Rich, what do you think? Is she a little hot overall?
Yeah, a little bit, but
Guitar or vocal?
well, the balance is great. I mean, if you were going to readjust the overall volume, I think it's what Dave's saying, and you might turn down just a little bit, but not much.
8% maybe.
Oh well,
On the vocal side.
8%.
La,
You sure it's
la,
not
la.
7.5%?
All right. I'm not seeing any color here now.
I think that's going to be okay.
Okay,
That's
super.
better.
All right. Thank you, fellas.
Okay, well, go ahead. Take it away then.
Okay. I think what I'd like to do is share a couple new songs. I got into the studio the last couple weeks, and You know me. Dave, you know. This is called North Star. Life comes back around unexpectedly. Opens your eyes to a bigger view. You are never lost, just finding your way. Touch the inner core, find the real you. You've traveled so far, there's no need to stray. Your inner North Star is lighting the way, lighting your way. No wrong turns, only unexpected paths. Like a buried seed, the flower comes at last. Lifelong stories we have yet to share. We're gathering together everywhere. Ooh, we've traveled so far, we're well on our way. Our inner North Star is lighting the way, lighting our way. I'm listening so hard, I could hear you whisper 100 miles away. And my inner North Star is lighting the way, lighting my way. Life comes back around unexpectedly.
Wonderful.
Song,
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
Thank you so much. So I've been at a fundraiser since 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for a friend, a musician friend, who has come out of remission. And there were over 50 Maine musicians there today, and what a, I mean, just, I'm so grateful to be part of that whole thing. And so I could feel my throat's a little hoarse. It was, we played a lot. But this next song, kind of bring that down. It's called Silent Meditation, and I don't want to give a lot of backstory, but this kind of this is happening in these last 3 years. We've just lost so many people, and I kind of had a feeling about that, and wanted to honor all those souls, and at the same time always that little bit of silver lining that says, but we're still here, and we can honor them by moving forward and moving beyond. So it's kind of where that is. I am lost in my despair, yet glory at the sun. Weak enough to let you in, strong enough to run. Like a rose I wish to open, knowing petals fall away. Be still and sing a song to a lover, and dance on sun-graced rays. You abide in every dewdrop. I hear your laughter in gentle soaking rain. Hide and seek in traces of the sunbeam even. Songbirds trill your name, and it's a silent meditation in sacred woodland, verdant space. Feel the moonlight tug, be still and discover the beauty of this place. And it's a silent meditation in sacred woodland, verdant space. Feel the moonlight tug, be still and discover the beauty of this place. Feel the moonlight tug, be still and discover the beauty of your place.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
That is a beautiful song. Okay, let me pass you on over to Dave.
Errol, your songs are terrific.
Thank you so much.
Amazing songs, and you play with just passionate precision. There's just and the way you keep the bass line going, it really sounds like two guitars. You've just got this thing going on, and your vocal is laying right on the mouth. It's just really well done. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Just so great to have you here, and you've had a long day, huh?
Really long day. The music started we got there early to set up. It was a lot of musicians coming in to play for our friend. He's played with a lot of musicians, and a lot of us hadn't seen each other for a very long time, and it's, you catch up in a second, and it's like you never left. Oh, yeah, I mean, just a variety of very, very well-known musicians from the state of Maine, and all getting together, and started at 2, and it actually finished at 6:30. We had a few people that had to call in and couldn't come in because, there's still stuff floating around there and flus and stuff, and they just called up and said, head cold, or I'm not sure, so we're going to stay clear. And of course, our friend is in chemo treatment, so his immune system is very low. So he came when we were setting up before the crowds came, and just to say hello, to be there in spirit, and then left. And his wife stayed and read words that he had written down for all of us, and we just played straight through from 2 to 6:30.
Wow, and thanks so much for going the extra mile and then coming to put the cap on our show.
Yeah, well, thanks for holding that slot, that later slot. It's a 40-minute drive, and I'm like, I'll get there. I will get there. So
You're a soldier. Thank you so much for that performance too. It was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll see you next time then. And back to you, Rich. Wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
All right, another great show, huh, Dave? Okay, so I would like to thank you all for watching, and also I'd like to thank our performers. And so, performers, go ahead and wave as I mention your name: William Waltz, Susan Kane, Grover Duffield, Tony Lowe, the Hewitt Family Band, Mark Bishop Evans, Robert Edgar, and Carol Wise. Remember to check our website, openmicamerica.com, for links to the music of all the OMA performers, and find archives for all of our shows. Like to thank my co-hosts, founder Dave Capo Dave Williams, who is working tirelessly, not only behind the scenes but on the scenes here, doing the interviews. And of course, Daphne Ramil for doing the engineering work, which is, Dave and I can screw up, but Daphne's got to get it right, and she's doing a great job. I want to thank all of our audience on YouTube now and people who are watching this later. If you like this show, please spread the word. Don't keep it a secret. You can download and print your own posters from our website, openmicamerica.com, and hang them somewhere where folks can see it. You can also get this really cool t-shirt. You saw it on the Hewitt Family Band tonight as well. You can get that through our Open Mic America website. Please check out your local and virtual open mics. We've listed the ones where our performers play under the local open mics tab on our website. So that's it for tonight. Please join us next week, January 15th, same time, same YouTube station, with our hosts Alice Osborne, Evan Acey, and Penny and Rob Cork. So stay tuned for our next full lineup. So I'm going to ask everybody to mute, and that's it for tonight. And let me say good night, America.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.